Welcome to the Martiniere Careers Fair 2021. This session is on study abroad, and our eminent expert for this session is Mr. Tarang Chaudhary. And I request Afigya to give a brief introduction of him.
Mr. Tarang Chaudhary is an international education specialist and has experience of over 15 years in international education industry and is an extensively networked higher education professional. He is currently working with IDP Education, heading strategic alliances. His experience as an international student, international recruiter, and his current role helped him gain expertise in international student enrollment.
First of all, many thanks for giving me an opportunity to present for the students of one of the most prestigious schools in India with a legacy of 175 years, La Martiniere College, Lucknow. My name is Tarang and I head the Strategic Alliance Vertical for IDP India. The timing of this session makes it more interesting as you all know the world is going through so many uncertainties. Therefore, there can't be a better time than this to invest in your future, invest in your education, because you will get assured returns for sure. And we at IDP strongly believe that crisis is temporary and career is permanent. And that is why we take pride in helping students attain their dream of foreign education. So to start with, I will give you some quick insights about India and Indian education. So with over 1,366 million, India is the second most populous country in the world, of course, after China. With over 600 million young people, India has the world's largest youth population. Now, looking at the education system of India, India has the world's largest education system, and India has second highest number of international schools in the world, only after China. However, India's gross enrollment rate in higher education is only 25.8%, which is way lower than countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam. Chronically, only 6 Indian universities are in the top 500. Now, looking at the global perspective and what are the key factors which drive students' choice for study abroad. Of course, there are over 753,000 students who are enrolled in the universities abroad. There's a huge demand for new generation courses, and there is a massive dearth of quality new generation courses which are provided in Indian institutions. So courses like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, big data, data analytics, entrepreneurship, supply chain management, sports management. There is a massive dearth of these new generation courses in India. And that is why one of the key driving factors for study abroad is, of course, the new generation courses. International education, of course, creates a global perspective, which helps a student in becoming a global citizen and not just a student from India, which helps him or her secure a good job once he finishes his education. It enhances employability. International education also helps students acquire skills as per the market demand. And if you look at the preferred destination, UK, US, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and Ireland are the top destinations preferred by Indian students. Now, if I just go through the 7 easy steps to study abroad. First is select program and universities. A lot of times students do ask which destination should I choose, what should be my preferred country to pursue my higher education. I always tell students that never choose a destination, because you never know what will be the job scenario. You don't know what will be the immigration policy, that may get introduced in that country. You don't know what will be the political scenario of the country. One should always focus on the program he or she wants to pursue, the content of the course, the accreditation, the ranking of that course, and then the university that offers. how well recognized that university is, what is the ranking of that university is, how strong their relationship is with the organizations where you can secure placement or maybe an internship. Once that is done, then you are on the right track. Of course, at the same time, it is important to focus on the entry requirement of these universities so that you can secure a admission in these universities. So make sure that you go through the entry requirement and whatever tests required, like SAT, GMAT, GRE, IELTS, TOEFL, ensure that you score good in order to get into these universities. Once you have the results, or even if you're in the process of sitting for the exams, you can submit the application. Uh, of course, the IDP counselors are there to help you in terms of uh, making an application to your dream university, suggesting you the best exams to sit for, and helping you in writing the scholarship application as well. And of course, the most important document, which is the statement of purpose, which is also called as SOP, which makes you stand apart from other students, is a very important document which students should focus on, because that is the document which most of the international universities rely on, focus on, so that they can understand the ability of a student. Then after that is receive the offer of acceptance. Once you receive the offer letter, whether it's a conditional letter or an unconditional offer letter, make sure you fulfill the conditions. Then the next step is, of course, apply for the student visa. IDP ensures that we give you entire up-to-date information, whether it's academic documents, whether it's financial documents, or any other sort of documents that is required for the visa purpose. We not just stop there, we also help students to prepare for the visa interview. So the destinations who take the interviews for the visa, we ensure that students are well prepared for the visa interview, and that is why we take pride in our visa success rate. Uh, IDP do not just stop there, we go a step ahead, and we ensure that when student prepares to take the flight to their preferred destination, we help them with aspects like where he or she should open the bank account, what are the accommodation, what other stuff, which the student should carry, the insurance, the personal insurance, entire information is provided to the student by the IDP staff, so that student can settle well in their preferred choice of destination and the university. It's worth mentioning that there are three intakes for any international destination or a university. First is the fall intake, which is considered to be one of the biggest intake. That happens in July, August, and September. So that is why it's considered to be primary intake. Then is the spring intake that happens in January and Feb. The summer intake is the next intake, which happens in April, May, and there are a few limited programs available in the summer intake. So like I said, once you get in touch with the counselors, IDP counselors, we will be able to give you entire knowledge about the intake, the session, and of course, which university is offering what kind of courses in which session. Now, if we focus on some of the destinations which are providing and welcoming international students from centuries, are like Australia, US, UK, Canada, New Zealand, and Ireland. So looking at some of the USPs of Australia destination, Australia is, has welcomed more than 600,000 foreign students in 2018. Of course, currently, the borders are closed because of the pandemic, but Australia continues to be one of the most preferred destination for Indian students. And now the online courses are available. So someone who wants to pursue their higher education, there are a lot of universities who are offering hybrid courses, online courses, so that dream of foreign education should not be stopped because of pandemic. 8 Australian universities are among the top 150 universities in the world. So they are called Geo 8 University, Group of 8 universities, And like I said, they're among the top 150 universities in the world. Australia ranks as one of the most popular international student destination in the world, and that is why it welcomes so many students from across the globe, not just from India. Easy adoption of Indian education system. So when you apply to any of the universities in Australia or when you pursue your higher education, the adoption of Indian education is pretty easy. So you don't really have to struggle there. Ample scholarship for eligible Indian students. So that is why I said that whenever you in the process of making an application, make sure you check all the scholarships available, whether it's the scholarship which is offered by the university or some other body. It's very important to check the deadlines of these scholarship, check the eligibility criteria, so that you are well aware of the scholarships that are available for you. Australia offers part-time and post-study work rights to all eligible international students. Again, that is one of the USPs of Australia destination, that while you are studying, you can also earn your living expenses. And not just that, once you finish your course, you can pursue your post-study work opportunities as well, as you are eligible to get the post-study work visa once you finish the course. The qualifications are well recognized globally. So it doesn't matter whether you stay in Australia or you come back to India or you plan to settle in any other country, your qualification is well recognized and is accepted globally. Affordable, safe, and multicultural. And like I said, this endorses the fact that this number of students studying in Australia, the country is affordable, safe, and multicultural because they welcome students from across the globe throughout the year. Australian cities boast a high standard of living with beautiful outdoors and warm climate. Over 500,000 of international students from 200 different nationalities study in Australia. Like I said, you will definitely experience a multicultural environment when you plan to pursue higher education in Australia. Now, looking at some of the key USPs of USA, US universities are among some of the highest rated in the world and most allow you to tailor your field of study. So that is one of the USPs. Universities emphasize on real world problem solving, not just theory. So very unlike Indian education system currently. Career opportunities, if you look at degrees from the United States of America, are highly regarded by global employers. So like I said, you will not just be an Indian student or a student from US, you will become a global citizen once you finish your education from a destination like US. And then the horizon of looking out for job increases and the chances of getting a job in your dream organization becomes much easier. So many USA schools also offers research or internship opportunities. So that's a very important a highlight that USA has, that you get to get an internship opportunity once you finish your master's or a bachelor's course. So you just not get a degree, you also get work exposure, which adds a lot of value to your resume. Diverse experience, you can make friends from all over the world and experience a variety of culture. Again, US is again one of the most multicultural countries if we talk per se. Travel, most schools are located in or near some of the best attraction in the country. American campuses offer supportive staff and faculty and beautiful living spaces. Makes friends from all over the world and experience a variety of culture. Now, looking at some of the top reasons to study in the UK. UK universities have featured strongly in the world ranking, internationally recognized universities and qualifications. So if you look at the ranking, any ranking, whether it's Times, Guardian, or QS, you will definitely find the UK universities right up there. Strong research infrastructure. So if you look at the Russell Group universities, they have very strong research infrastructure. Of course, the other universities have that as well. So, UK is known for the time-tested, globally recognized universities. Scholarship and financial support, similarly like other destination, there are millions of scholarship funds which are available for students, not just from the universities, but the other bodies as well, like British Council, Manmohan Scholarship, Charles Wall Scholarship, Shivning Scholarship. So make sure that whenever you're making an application, you do check the deadlines, you are aware of the eligibility criteria as well. Multicultural experience as well, even though UK is not as big as US, but still there are you will get to know and get to meet people from different parts of the world, which makes the country a multicultural country. There are various financial support and scholarships available for international students, like I said. Now, if you look at the top reasons to study in Canada, so institutions known for research and innovation across the world, quality education with affordable tuition fees. So if we compare all the destination, Canada, is probably one of the destinations which has got the most affordable tuition fee structure, wide range of specialized courses. So you name the courses and you will get it, in Canada and in other destination as well. So there's no dearth of courses, and definitely there's no dearth of new generation courses as well. Cultural diversity, like other nations I mentioned, Canada is also known for its multicultural society. Uh, Earn while you learn. Of course, you can work part-time while you are studying in Canada. Ample scholarship program and internship option. Post-study work permits. Again, one of the destination which has got the most relaxed immigration policy is Canada, and they welcome a lot of international students throughout the year, not just from India, but from across the globe. So anyone who plans to settle in Canada, I would say, study visa is a path of settling in Canada as well. So it almost becomes a second home for you. So people who go to Canada, it becomes a second home for them. They do not feel homesick. Um, so that's the one of the USPs of Canada destination. If you look at the top reasons to study in New Zealand, again, not a big destination in terms of geographical size, but still, 8 New Zealand universities feature in the world's top 3%, ensuring world-class education. So, despite of a small geographical area, they continue to provide quality education, which is recognized and accepted globally. Centrally managed quality assurance system guarantees quality of education, ample scholarship options available for international students, affordable cost of studies for masters as well as diploma program, earn while you learn with part-time job opportunities. So like I said, while studying or pursuing your master's or diploma or bachelor's degree, you can work part-time so that you can earn your living expenses. New Zealand qualifications are internationally recognized. Uh, Post-study work permit up to 3 years. So once you finish your master's, you qualify for post-study work permit as well. Great package for PhDs, tuition fees for international students, same as Google. And the key USP, I would say is New Zealand is world's second most peaceful country as per the Global Peace Index 2018. And of course, diverse and vibrant multicultural society. Now, looking at some top reasons to study in Ireland. Ireland is again one of the destination which is coming up and is making the top destinations like US, UK run for the money. So if we look at some of the key USP, it's a historical hub of innovative thinking and creativity, the land of thinkers and dreamers. Ernest Walton, John Bell, Oscar Wilde, and James Joyce, some of the dreamers and thinkers of Ireland. Where the green countryside coexist in harmony with an urban lifestyle, headquarters of some of the biggest companies in the world. And now Ireland is considered to be the gateway of Europe as after Brexit, a lot of big organizations have started eyeing Ireland as a destination to invest. With education institutions par excellence, universities and colleges that form the top 1% of research institutions. So that's about it. In case you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you so very much.
Today, on behalf of Boys of the Martiniere College, Lucknow, we are happy to interview you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me for this session, guys.
The first question to you, sir, is that given the current pandemic and financial distress that our economy is undergoing, why should students not study in India and choose the expensive study abroad option?
Right. During this pandemic, students were affected the most, and not just from India, but across the world. And citing that, we at IDP transformed our way of working because we believe that crisis is temporary and career is permanent. Now I tell you why. There was a huge rush of students inquiring about foreign education, and especially the students for undergraduate courses. I would say the first reason is the new generation courses. So as we all know that there is a huge dearth of institutions offering new generation courses in India. And considering how the world is changing, there will be a massive demand of individuals who possess unique skills and knowledge. Gone are the days when employers used to look for degrees like BA, BCom in the resume. Now they look for a skill set. And citing that, the foreign universities have started offering courses like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, big data, Internet of Things, sports management, entrepreneurship, and innovation management, and several other courses. So that is one of the main reasons. The second reason I would say is the international exposure. No matter how much Indian students spend on their tuition fees in an Indian institution, they will not be able to get that international exposure and that global perspective which employers look for. Employers of today or for the future, they look for that international and a global perspective in any employee they hire. So once you start your course in a foreign university, you are no longer an Indian student per se. You become an international student who start looking at things from a global perspective, as your fellow students who are studying with you in that class are not just from one country, they are from across the world. The third reason I would say is the ranking and the ratings. It is ironical that only three Indian universities are in the top 200, whereas if we look at the top preferred destinations for Indian students like UK, US, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and Ireland, they dominate the rankings everywhere every year. And the major reason for that is because they are research oriented. Their collaboration with the employers is very strong, the international outlook, and of course their reputation of the academics is very high. Therefore, my message to all the students and parents is that education is the best investment which gives you assured returns. So do explore the opportunities which are available to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for that response. So my next question to you is that is it necessary to take all of the expensive standardized tests to study abroad?
Well, the answer is yes, as the students have to fulfill the entry requirements for their desired universities and destinations which they want to get into. However, my advice to the students is that do not see these tests as tests. In fact, see them as a preparation for their study abroad journey. So if I talk about IELTS exam, IELTS exam has components like listening, reading, writing, and speaking. And these are the important elements for any student to have, in order to have good communication skills, which is not just required during the course, but after the course as well, because, English is a global language. And if you have good communication skills, strong communication skills, you have won half the battle already.
Thank you so much, sir, for the response. So, for a student who is keenly interested in studying abroad, what will be the right age to begin his preparation?
See, in terms of right age, I think as soon as students start their 11th grade, that is when they choose their stream in Indian education. Whether you choose science, commerce, or arts, or medical line. I think as soon as students start their 11th grade, they should start exploring the courses, universities, destination, career opportunities. In fact, we have seen a massive surge in application for undergraduate courses in foreign universities, which endorses the fact that students would like to kickstart their study abroad journey as early as possible. So one reason for that is how schools in India like yours have already started focusing on internationalization, which helps students to build that perspective from early age. The other reason I believe should a student should go for undergraduate courses abroad. There used to be a time then when postgraduate courses used to get the highest number of application. Though still, postgraduate do attract a lot of application, but now undergraduate courses abroad is also getting a lot of application, is because the time the undergraduate students get to spend in the international destination helps them stand out in a crowd, and in increasingly globalized job market as well.
So, since universities look at the research profile of students and the Indian curriculums don't entirely cover that aspect, how can students build upon that aspect?
The foreign universities, which we're talking about, of these destinations, which I just mentioned, they have been welcoming international students from many decades. And India has been one of the country which always sends highest number of students. Therefore, the universities, the faculties, they are well aware of the educational background of Indian students. Therefore, students should only focus on their current grades and the exams they have to sit for in order to meet the entry requirements.
Thank you so much, sir, for your response. So, what makes the Ivy League schools so sought after?
See, Ivy League universities are definitely sought after universities in US. Similarly, like Geo8, Group of 8 universities in Australia, which includes some of the top universities of Australia, and similarly like Russell Group universities in UK, if we talk about, and the top ranked universities in other destinations like Ireland, Canada, New Zealand. The reason why these top universities, whether it's Ivy League, Group of 8 universities, or Russell Group universities, or the top universities of the other destinations are sought after, is because they are research oriented. The rankings and the ratings of the universities are paramount, and the percentage, the most important fact is the percentage of producing the most employable graduates is phenomenally great, in these universities.
Sir, my next question to you is that how can students get maximum scholarships to study abroad in various countries?
Right. So, in order to secure the maximum scholarship, to study abroad, the student should start their research about a particular course which they want to study, or a particular university as early as possible, because they should be well aware about the content of the course, about the ranking of the university they want to get into, so that when the student writes the statement of purpose or the application for the scholarship, they should make the student stand out from the crowd, as this document is the most crucial and important document, which is read by the faculties, read by the international officers, and the decision makers. So one should streamline their approach for study abroad very carefully.
So, since there are many options in terms of countries for Indian students to study in, which countries are the safest and the friendliest to accept international students, particularly from India?
See, the countries that IDP promotes are always among the top when it comes to the Global Peace Index. So these are the ranking which ranks the safest countries in the world. So and the fact that these countries are attracting hundreds and thousands of students from not just India, from across the world, endorses the fact that the safety is a key focus, and safety is paramount in this country. So one should be assured, whether it's a girl child, all the parents should be rest assured that whether it's a girl child or a boy child, the safety is paramount in these countries which I just mentioned.
Thank you so much, sir, for that response. Our final question to you is that what would be your advice to students who aim to study abroad, and what would be your message to them?
Right. My only advice to the students is one, dream big. However, that is only step one. As they say, the dreams are not what you see in your sleep. Dreams are things which do not let you sleep. So the step one is dream big, and step two is what brings me here.
So, on behalf of the Martiniere College Lucknow, we extend our heartiest gratitude to you for sparing your valuable time to speak with the boys of our college and their parents. We are sure that your inspiring journey and your words of wisdom would have left an everlasting impact on our audience. Vive la Martiniere.
Thank you so much for having me on this session, and I wish all the students of your schools best of luck.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
so much,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.